Good evening and welcome to the show. I'm Keith Woodhouse. This is the WOT Show on Radio Woking. As usual, on a Thursday evening, I have guests. I've only met one of them, actually, because I normally pop into the studio, but I've been doing a little bit on the computer outside and haven't got around to meeting the others, which is a shame, really, because I only know one out of the three. But, well, it's a long story, anyway. I'm not going to go into it. But I probably will when we get them in and talking to them. What a great start to the show that was. That was Anorex and Wasted. Now, the other week I said that this band probably came from Norfolk. Turns out that they actually come from Manchester. So I've got that right this week. This is the Blue Kubricks and a track called If I Leave.
Flying high over New York City. Will the new horizons make you change your mind? Will the changing seasons make you warm inside? And if I live, we're together. Will you stay?
I do like that song. I must get some more tracks from them. That's the Blue Kubricks. And If I Leave. You're listening to Keith Woodhouse. This is the What Show on Radio Woking. My guests are still tuning up and doing their sound check on one thing or another in the other studio. I'm just going to nip through and see how long they are going to be, and it'll give me an idea of what I have to do. This is Sleazy Shoes, the band that I got to know by listening into somebody else's conversation in a pub, as you do. This is what happens when there's no quiz machines anymore. I just nose in on other people's conversations because I've got nothing to do. This is Pet. Great vocals there from Amy Ray, and I believe she's with Beijing now as well, so she's playing in a few bands. That's Sleazy Shoes from Winchester and a track called Pet. The Kult 45s are still in there doing their thing, so hopefully in a little while we'll have them in here and I'll be able to have a chat with them, because I really know very little about them. Seen a couple of videos. I have no music by them, but I do know Dissel, and she's lovely and asked me if it's her new band, and if they could come on the show and knowing the quality of her work, I couldn't say no. She's absolutely tremendous. This is Rob Foster, the title track from his album Local Pop Hero. Rob's just been announced as one of the acts for Jackfest 2020. So looking forward to that. It's on July the 7th, I think. I shouldn't say these things off the top of my head. You know, I have a brain like a sieve. But I do know it's going to be at the suburbs in Guildford. So there's been a little bit of a change of venue there. It was going to be in Bisley, but now it's going to be at the suburbs in Guildford. Anyway, from his album Local Pop Hero, this is Local Pop Hero, Rob Foster.
I've been around town, singing out, but nobody can hear me. So play it loud and play it proud now. A million miles from anything that's mainstream now. Can you hear me over there? They wanna turn me down, so where's your hero now? Here's the sound, yeah, here's the sound now. In the speakers coming out of stereo. So play it loud and play it proud now. Shake the walls, but still moves in your pencil. Now, can you hear me over there? They wanna turn me down. Oh no, no, now. Can you hear me over there? They wanna keep me out. I'm not your hero now. Oh no, no, now. Can you hear me over there? They wanna keep me out. I'm not your hero now.
Rob Foster and Local Pop Hero. You're listening to Keith Woodhouse. I did have the Kult 45s with me. Oh no, I've got 2/3 back now. So I've got 66.6 recurring percent of the Kult 45s. So what now let me get your name right. Pronounce it right. Is it Dichelle?
It's Dizel.
Dizel.
This before, didn't we?
We've been through it before. Yes, but it was
Dichelle.
it was a yeah. Well, it was a few years ago, and we spent a whole show trying to teach me how to pronounce it properly. But as soon as you were gone, that was it. Like,
We still struggle.
Yeah,
You should hear what they call me, Keith.
yeah. Well, I've just been told actually, because I have met. What we do is we'll get you to introduce. Well, we can't. You're not all here yet, so. Come a bit closer to the microphone. All huddle around the microphone. Imagine it's a campfire. Now let's see if that actually comes up now the right way round. This is something that we have just tried. Look at that.
Brilliant.
That's how you do it. That's how you do it. Look. So we got Kult 45s there. Oh, it's fallen off.
Keith's at
What
the controls.
fell off?
Keith's at the controls. It's all gone.
Yeah, it's all gone
There's a
wrong.
musical note under
Oh, it's a musical note. It wasn't anything that important, was it? Really? So yeah, put it all back together again.
Oh,
There we go. That's it. Oh, the musical notes found the wrong way.
the professionals.
I don't know.
So yeah, because everything goes the wrong way round. I mean, look at that. Look, you see, it's all the wrong way round. But you have managed to stop that, and you've put everything back to front in a mirror image, right?
My trousers are on back to front.
That is something that, you know, because in the 1960s, didn't women wear trousers with the zip down the back?
Yeah.
That was the fashion at one time.
okay.
You see, so you're back in fashion by not being able to put your trousers on properly. Right, I see that you're playing with the Witch Doctors, good old mates of mine.
We are.
Yeah, great band they are. Great band. That for the Hope and Anchor. You know, I've never been to the Hope and Anchor. Never ever
Date in your
been.
diary.
Never been. So it's a Wednesday night.
Will you be coming on Wednesday night?
Do you want the long answer or the short answer?
The one with 3 letters or the one with 2?
The one with 2, I'm afraid. I will be honest with you. I will be honest. Getting to central London on a midweek for me is very, very difficult. Because I live out in the sticks, you see. So I can only get to Guildford, which is still about 10 miles from home. Up past 11, 12 o'clock at night. You know, it's very difficult. And I'm not walking along hitching a lift. You never know who I'm going to get picked up by.
Just as well we're playing in Guildford then, isn't it?
Yeah, you are.
With the Witch Doctors as well.
With the Witch Doctors. Yes, you are.
Your favourite place.
At the suburbs. Yes. I keep plugging him. He never pays me any money, you know. I'm always sort of like plugging his gigs. Never plugs any of mine. Right. So that's it. Anyway, you must come closer to the microphone because I can see by my things, and it does help if I turn it on. There we go. Right, you can see.
Up to his old tricks again.
That's it. We're going there. People could hear you. I've turned the microphone on. I was blaming you for sitting too far back. Right, let's introduce
got it all
yourself. From yes, I've got
Hi, my
yours.
name's Steve, and I'm the drummer.
I'm Dale. I'm the singer.
And he plays bass as well. He forgot about that.
Right.
And songwriter.
This
and
is
songwriter. Yeah.
and songwriter, and we have.
And I'm Giselle, and I'm the guitarist.
And you're the guitarist, and you also feature on one of my websites.
I do. Yeah.
Yes, your picture features. I blog on motorhomes, and I've got this.
Oh, I didn't know that you were using it for that.
Yeah. I'm looking to buy a motorhome, so I started a blog on all the what I've been through, you see. But one of the reasons I want one is to go out and see music, you know, so we can go to open mic nights and that all around the country. And I was looking for a picture to use, and I saw your silhouette picture.
And you thought of trailers. Thanks.
Yes.
What are you saying, Keith?
No, I thought of open mic nights. I did
okay.
not think of trailers at all.
Just
No.
Glad we got that cleared
Let's get that bit straight. And Dal, we met a few months ago, didn't we?
We did, yes.
I introduced you on stage with an entirely different band. When you walked in, I said we've met before, haven't we?
Yeah. You did at the 2 places, at the Undercover and the
Undercover and
Wedding
Webfest.
Fest.
Yes. So I've
with the
introduced you to-
satellites. Get that in there.
Yeah.
West London's finest pub.
So yeah, and we must get a date for the satellites to come down at some time as well.
that'd be nice.
Well, after this, you'll probably say I'm never going there again.
Well, that'd be nice.
You never know. But you'll have to get a bigger box than that though if you're going to put satellites on it.
yeah.
Either that or smaller letters.
I can't even spell that the right way round, let alone backwards. So
It's when I get confused because people play in so many different bands, you know, and I get confused as to what's what. Finn Panton's the worst. He plays in 3 different bands, you know, and they're all entirely different styles of music. You've got Menace, the Scar Assassins, and Caesar 77, you know, so I normally look along the line to see who it is that I'm introducing, but as soon as I see him, could be anyone. Pick one from 3. Eltel. Oh, they're friends of yours, aren't they?
yeah, fantastic.
Yeah, great band.
Love Eltel. We played with them at the Sunset Festival in Carshalton a couple of months back at the Andy Turner Sunset Festival, and they're brilliant.
Yeah, they are. They're great. Because they did an album launch at 3 nights, so they did three nights around the country, as it were. I'll big it up a bit. It was around Surrey, but around the country. I compared the one at Guildford for them. So yeah, great night it was.
You're not in the picture.
Great night. You're not in the picture.
Giselle ain't in the picture.
Oh, right. You'll have
She's the
to
best
come
looking out of the
across.
3 of us.
Come across.
She's only dead.
I know. Right, let's play this track from Eltel. This is Bleeders.
your strengths. Wind your neck in. A face like the back of a bus, like a bulldog chewing a wasp. There's nothing I can say, nothing, nothing I can do, nothing, nothing can be said, nothing. Bleeders are the problem, they are getting in the way. Bleeders are the problem, they are getting in the way. Wind your neck in. Stop killing me. Eat up all your greens. Hey! Go and see your tailor. Bleeders are the problem, they are getting in the way. Nothing. Bleeders are the problem, they are getting in the way. Nothing. Bleeders are the problem, they are getting in the way. Bleeders are the problem, they are getting in the way. Bleeders are the problem, they are getting in the way. Protected from the cold by his trousers made of fox, carrying 700 weight of something horrid in a box, with mittens made from kittens just to keep his fingers warm, and a photograph of God to keep him from harm. He wasn't looking for trouble, he was well equipped with his psychosis and a heavy stick. He said goodbye to his family, he had no friends, picked up his foul burden and he clambered over the fence. Bleeders are the problem, they are getting in the way. Bleeders are the problem, they are getting in the way. Bleeders are the problem, they are getting in the way. Bleeders are the problem, they are getting in the way. Bleeders are the problem, they are getting in the way. Know your strengths. Thank you.
Fabulous hotel, and if you ever get the chance to see them live, I would certainly recommend it. You're listening to Keith Woodhouse. This is the WOT Show on Radio Woking. My guests in the studio are Kult 45s, and hopefully they can hear me.
Oh, yes.
Yes, I can't hear. I can hear you in the background. I can't hear you very live. Live. Are you up against the microphone when you're talking?
No, I'm far away down to the stick.
Who's against the microphone?
There's no one, he's just faffing about with his headphones, he can't hear you.
He can't hear me?
Well, he can't, well, he will, but he hasn't got the headphones in.
Oh, right. Okay, well, he's not got his headphones on. You would think I was in there organising this, wouldn't you? Eh? I can't hear you. There's a little voice in the background. Are you ready yet?
Good evening.
Ah, right.
Kult 45s. This is Turn Me Loose, Mother Goose.
She got an empty heart, she got an evil eye, she's tearing me apart. That woman want me dead or alive. Well, turn me loose. Well, turn me loose. I'm like a long-legged goose, drinking up the juice, jumping like a cat on a hot tin roof. Gonna read about it on the 9 o'clock news. Well, turn me loose. Well, turn me loose. Well, turn me loose. She got a dirty mind, she got a healer soul, she never satisfied, she don't like my rock and roll. Well, turn me loose. Well, turn me loose.
Well, she wanna see me burn for the things she learned about the little thing I did when her back was turned. Now the judge and the jury cannot be adjudged. Turn me loose, turn me loose, turn me loose. An empty heart, she got an evil eye, she's tearing me apart. That woman want me dead or alive. Well, turn me loose, well, turn me loose. I'm like a long naked goose, jumping up the juice, jumping like a cat on a hot tin roof. Gonna read about it on a 9 o'clock news. Turn me loose, turn me loose, turn me loose. Well, turn me loose. Well, turn me loose. Hey!
Hello, this is Bruce Dickinson here. You're listening to Keith Woodhouse, and may God have mercy on your mortal soul.
Don't you ever look back up. There's a shadow in the old street light. You know it's something just ain't right. He's in an alley, cat is straight, dog fine, rat. Did anybody else see that? He jumps over the wall, he's on a chimney stack. On a chimney stack. Just keep going and don't you ever look back. Don't you ever look back, no. He jumps over the wall, he's on a chimney stack. On a chimney stack. Just keep going and don't you ever look back. Don't you ever look back, no. Times they change and the stories they die. They get lost in the midst of time. Times they change and the stories they die. They get lost in the midst of time. Times they change, the stories they die. They get lost in the midst of time. Then one cold night, you know something ain't right. There's a shadow in the old street light. Get away from, get away from, get away and don't look back. Stay away from, stay away from, stay away and don't look back. Run away from, you gotta run away and don't look back. Get away from, you gotta run away and don't look back.
Rage DC and Rager Billy. I do like Rage DC, and my stick now has gone wrong. Look at that. It's got a mind of its own. Right? And every time I try and play this track by Yours and the Crids, it goes wrong. So I'm going to have to get it another copy from them. But it's a great track as well. Great band. But we just heard the Kult 45s, who are my guests in the studio. And it looks as though they're not coming back. Maybe they've gone home. I don't know. It's a bit dark out there, to be honest. They turned the light off as they went through, so as you could see the machine at the back here. But unfortunately, because there's no light behind it, it's just blaring out, and you can't see a thing on it. This is Mongrel Dogs. Mongrel Dogs and Get Your Evil On. You're listening to Keith Woodhouse. This is the WOT Show on Radio Woking. My guests in the studio are the Kult 45s and the drummer from the Kult 45s. It always seems to be the drummer that I have coming in to promote their books. I mean, the last time it was Rick Buckler. So you're in good company there. Steve McCormack. You have a book out, See You Next Tuesday, which obviously I know where you've got the title from, but we won't be going into that. and it's a biography, is it?
Yeah, it could have quite easily have been called A Sound from the Suburbs, really. It's about me growing up in High Wycombe and during the 70s and how punk rock first came to Wickham, and the Sex Pistols came and played at High Wycombe College, and Ron Watts was a prolific punk promoter at the time, and he was putting bands on at the 100 Club, and the Pistols and Banshees and the Damned were playing there. And so yeah, it's all about growing up in the 70s, and a bit of a colourful life I've led.
Wickham was quite an important punk town, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
Was it really?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Because of Ron Watts of the 100 Club.
Right.
Well, every band, well, it seemed like every band that was playing in London was either playing at High Wycombe first or shortly afterwards.
Yeah,
so
they did.
From back as far as 76, they had the Stiff Tours started there. All of the major punk bands played down there. The Pistols played down there twice, and then punk really sort of came to Wickham probably before it came to any other of the home counties. So immediately from London to Wickham before it expanded, and that was when Pete Shelley of the Buzzcocks came down to see the Pistols at Wickham before they did the gig in Manchester at the Lesser Free Trade Hall.
Right.
So yeah, historically, Wickham's in its place with punk rock, and like I said, the book is about me growing up during those times.
Isn't that where the Hellfire Caves are?
It is, yeah.
Yeah, wouldn't it have been great to have punk rock gigs in the Hellfire Caves?
Yeah, it wouldn't have been too bad.
That would have taken it back, wouldn't it?
They've done a few films up there, sort of scenes from films.
Hammer House of Horrors type of thing.
Which brings us nicely onto our next gig, which is tomorrow. Supporting Brian James of the Damned. An original 1976
punk rocker, yeah.
Yes.
Yes, I have a little thing from Captain Sensible. I'll play that a little bit later.
Well,
so,
he's as much a part of punk rock as Malcolm McLaren or Bernie Rhodes.
Oh, absolutely. And did you know what? I saw the Sex Pistols on their 3rd and 5th gigs. So
where was that?
It was at Gypsy Hill Teachers Training College in the Bar, and
I've heard of that one.
Fairholt House in Aldgate, in the Student Union Bar there.
Fantastic.
So yeah. I'm not going to say too much because Johnny Rotten's lawyers are more expensive than mine. Will probably win. But yes, I saw them in those early days. Now, you have written this book, See You Next Tuesday, and I open it up to read a passage from it. Of course, it goes straight to the pictures. It just shows the level of my intelligence, right? I'm going to look at the pictures here. So there are pictures here, but you look more of a skinhead there.
Well, you've probably hit the pictures with the skinhead pictures on. That might have something to do with it.
Yeah. Okay. I've gathered that. So
I think the only thing I'd like to say about the book is you see many. Yeah, buy it. But you see many books that are by people that have been in bands or in and out of bands, and it sort of makes quite a change to have it from the roots level, from the fan side of side of things
of what there is. So I've recently read Gal Tilbert's book as well, which is along the same lines. But so this is not about being in a band. This is
purely about growing up during those times. It's a memoir really, from the age of 11 through to the age of 31.
To the
20 years.
20 years. Yeah. You see, the problem I have that a lot of it is a blur. Fine. Thanks.
If you can remember it, you weren't really there.
Well, and it wasn't it's a public record that I don't take drugs, never have done, right? But it's the beer with me. To be fair, it is the beer, but I've started blogging, and it's amazing how it all starts flooding back to you. I've started writing notes and things that I thought I'd forgotten about. Well, I probably have forgotten about because I didn't remember them. But once you start thinking, it all comes back, doesn't it? Did you find that in your process when you was writing?
Exactly the same process. It's one thing knocks on it as a sort of like a roll-on effect.
Yeah.
You write your notes or your paragraphs and your places and times, and then all of a sudden the brain seems to fill in the gaps. So that is true. I think we remember a whole lot more than we give ourselves credit for.
That's right. It's only when you start thinking about it that you do remember. There's a lot of things I don't want to remember, right? But certainly once it does start flowing, it all does start to come back. And it's an amazing thing with the mind, isn't it? They reckon you never actually forget anything. It's all there. It's just a case of being able to recall it.
Apart from what you went into a room for. I have trouble remembering that.
What you went? Yeah, exactly. You stand there and you think, oh, what am I doing here?
Normally it's
Right.
when you've got up a few flights of stairs and you're like, oh, what did I come up here for?
Well, that's what dementia's all about, isn't it? Really,
Yeah,
think
right,
about
don't
it.
get
Oh,
me
no,
wrong.
but I know the short,
Yeah,
the short-term memory goes, but the
that's
long-term
right.
memory stays.
Exactly.
So that's probably how the human
it's
brain
how,
works.
how the human, yeah, exactly. And that is an interesting point there. That, you know, as you get older, perhaps you do look, and I tend to be able to remember things further back as I get older than I can last week. You know, I knew Dal from somewhere.
Do you remember that 20 quid you lent me?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, and I vowed 10 minutes afterwards never to give it back to you. So yes, I remember that part as well.
But when can we buy this book, Steve?
Well, we
Plug,
will be
plug.
coming back to the book at various stages through the show, right? Because I'm worried about the time now because I'm going to play a song. But look, tell us first of all where we can buy the book.
Available on Amazon. It's all self-published, and
Yep.
I've not gone for a major publisher, but at the moment it's sold over 4,500 copies, and
That's brilliant.
It's on paperback and it's ebook as well.
Who would have thought the Beatles would have wrote a song about
It's
you?
doing all right.
Even before you thought about doing it. You see, they were so ahead of their time. Let's have a song, and then you want to nip back and do another one. Don't go yet. Don't go yet. I'll introduce this one. This is Dead State and a track called "Death Comes in Threes."
Fuck's sake.
All the pretty young things come out to play. On antibiotics, they become immune to what you say. Protect them regardless. Watch the animals go into my tube.
Well, death comes in free.
I tried my love, the hope you sent never gets me anywhere. Never gets you anywhere. I tried my love, the hope you sent never gets me anywhere. Never gets you anywhere. The damage is done. The damage is done. Never gets me anywhere. Never gets you anywhere. The damage is done. The damage is done. Counting down to another disaster. Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. I'm counting down. I'm counting down. I tried my love, but the hope you sent never gets me anywhere. I tried my love, but the hope you sent never gets me anywhere. The damage is done. The damage is done. It never gets me anywhere. The damage is done. The damage is done. All the pretty young things come out to play on antibiotics.
Dead State and Death Comes in Threes. You're listening to Keith Woodhouse. This is the Watch Show on Radio Woking. I do apologise if our pitch side monitors picked up something there that shouldn't have come out, but it did.
Can't hear anything.
We do apologise about that.
Nothing.
I am hearing that he can't hear anything and I can hear him. So can you hear me now? No?
His headphones ain't working.
Oh, aren't they? Right, his headphones are not working, so Dan's doing a quick rush through there to see exactly what's going on. I'll play a song in the meantime. This is... actually, I haven't got a song that I can play, I don't think, because that is PRS registered, so we're just going to have to wait. I will tell you about this book. This book is... I've just been reading a bit here from it, actually. And I can relate to this. Now I've lost the bit where it was. And it was talking about Sunday TV in the 70s and the type of programmes that were on. Now, Steve seemed to enjoy the programmes that were on. Oh, yeah. He says here that he would watch things like the Saint, Abbott and Costello, Charlie Drake and Norman Wisdom films back to back. And in the evenings, you might watch something like The New Avengers or The Professionals and The Persuaders. Now, those, as I remember, were perhaps the better shows that were on in the 70s. There was an awful lot of rubbish that was on, to be honest, and Saturday Night TV was a waste of time. Anyway, I've just been told by Dan, our trusty engineer, that all is okay. So, can you hear me, Dal?
Yes, mate.
Great stuff. What's the next song you're going to do for us?
It's called Don't Mess With My Baby, and it's especially going out to our little friend called Frank, who's a fantastic little drummer, and we hope to see you soon. Take care.
Well, that woman's so fine, she losing her mind. She out chasing shadows, morning and night. She talking in tongues, the voice in her head. She rocking and rolling, she raising the dead. Don't mess with my baby, I'll get so mad with you. Well, don't you mess with my baby. Don't you mess with my baby. Well, I know that she crazy. Well, don't you mess with my baby. Well, if you're messing my baby, I'll get so mad with you. Well, she walks down the street, the traffic stops. She walks down the street, the traffic stops. She got the needle, she got the words. The first thing you learn, the truth always hurts. Don't mess with my baby, I'll get so mad with you. Well, don't you mess with my baby. Well, don't you mess with my baby. Well, I know that she crazy. Well, don't you mess with my baby. Well, if you mess with my baby, I'll get so mad with you. So fine, she losing her mind. She actually sees shadows, morning and night. She talking in tongues, the voice in her head. She rocking and rolling, she raising the dead. Don't mess with my baby, I'll get so mad with you. Well, don't you mess with my baby. Don't you mess with my baby. Well, I know that she crazy. Well, don't you mess with my baby. Well, if you're missing my baby, I'll get so mad with you. Well, if you're missing my baby, I'll get so mad with you. Well, if you're missing my baby, I'll get so mad with you.
That's the second song from my guests in the studio, who are the Kult 45s, and they'll be playing more after the news at 7 o'clock, which is gone 7, so my timekeeping's not very good. I'm going to have to put that on quite quickly.